You've done your section A, you're now in the case study part of your exam paper. Now remember, you're going to have 5 compulsory parts to the case study with a choice at the end of a 20 marker. Now this 4-mark question is going to come, where it comes, i.e. in what order, who knows. It might be the very first part, it might be in the middle somewhere, but it's going to come up. How do you answer this 4-marker? What's the technique? Well, first it's important to know what kind of question it will be. Guaranteed, the question will make you refer to some part of the case study material. But whether you then have to explain something, whether you then have to calculate something, depends on that specific question. If you have to explain, the technique is slightly different. If you have to calculate, the technique is slightly different. Let's have a look. So let's say the question is, with reference to something in the case study material, explain this. How do you do it? Well, it's important to know that this is a KA question, a knowledge and application question only. That's all you need. 2 marks for knowledge, 2 marks for application. How do you get your 2 marks for knowledge? Simply define key terms. If it's an explicit definition, define your key terms, or just show basic understanding of that term. So if it's not an explicit definition, maybe it's a phrase or something that you haven't learned as a definition, then just show basic understanding of that phrase or that term. Alright, and that will get you your 2 marks. For knowledge and application, you are looking to answer the question first of all using the case study, right? So whatever the question is asking, see what's in the case study, answer the question using that material, but also explicitly quote from the case study. Explicitly quote. If you can explicitly quote 2 things, then do so. If there's only 1 thing you can quote, quote 1 thing and then make sure you answer the question. But that's how you get your 2 marks from the case study there. Answer the question using the case study and explicitly quote something from the case study. Absolutely fine. If the question is with reference to something in the case study material, calculate something, very easy to get your marks here. Again, it's a KA question, knowledge application, 2 marks for knowledge, 2 marks for application. How do you get your 2 marks for knowledge? Well, simply, whatever the calculation asks you to do, just state the formula, just state the equation, depending on what the question is. That will be enough for your knowledge marks. To get your 2 application marks, obviously you need to use the figures that are given to you, so plonk those into your equation or into your formula, and then to get the right answer. Now, you've got to be careful here for these calculation questions. Make sure your end answer is using the correct units, whether it's kilograms or whatever it might be. Make sure it's using the right currency, that's important. If it's a percent you're working out, don't forget the percent, or a percentage change, don't forget the percent, that's important too. So with calculation questions, show all your working, starting with the formula, starting with the equation, whatever, and go in simple stages, and then finish with your correct answer. Make sure your correct answer is fully correct, not just the number, but the units, currencies, percent, that kind of thing as well. Maybe you might want to ring it to help the examiner identify it very easily. If your working is a little bit messy, underlining or ringing your answer is a good idea. That's a technique for these 4 markers. You should all be getting 4 marks on this. Very, very simple stuff. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I will see you all in the next video.